Oh, we get to sleep through the night. What's up? What's this? What the heck was that? Andreas, when are you coming home? Dad, I'll be home soon. I just need to finish this commission for the Abbey. Good. But finish the masterpiece, too. It's time for you to get on with your career. Yes, of course. You're not going to quit this like you quit university, are you? No, of course not. Good. If it weren't for the work I did with the rector, you never would have had the opportunity. Most people never get a second chance after they throw something like that away. I know, Dad. We'll see you when you get back. Alright, sure, alright. I don't know what's happening. Oh, it's you. I only have the picture for you, the one my brother Daniel made. I don't really have any idea what you're like. Are you really that pretty? Is this your imagination or Daniel's portrait? I suppose it's both. Which do you think is the greater liar, his portrait or your imagination? Probably the portrait. He's a paid flatterer. It's a mild indictment of your imagination. More high praises for my brother. I'll see you soon, Andreas. For real, I mean. I suppose it's true. Until then. Welcome back, Andreas. It's been too long since you graced this course with your presence. Apologies, Your Majesty. My mind has been preoccupied by tragedy at the Kearsarge Abbey. What matter of tragedy? The murder of a nobleman, a close friend of Prince Bishop. My friend, Brother Piero, is the abbot's only suspect. I know that he could not have done it. How do you know? Examine your assumptions, my son. In addition to having no motive and violence not being part of his character, he's not physically capable of the act. He is of limited strength and has a palsy in his hand that makes holding a paintbrush difficult. It's inconceivable that he could have the strength to resolve to kill the Baron with a blow to the head. A whole lot of inconceivable shit happens in this hell of an earth, Andreas. I just don't believe he could have done it. I do not deny that it is possible, but I believe it is extremely improbable. So what do you intend to do about it? Well, when I'm brought before the Archdeacon, I'll tell him that what I know about other people who had motives to kill the Baron. I have to believe he'll see there are much more likely suspects than Piero. Why have you taken this task upon yourself? I have to save Piero's life. He has no one else to help him. Your love for and devotion of him speak well of your character. A man who is humble before his elders honors also his gods. Of course, you'd say that, old man. He is right, though. If Andreas doesn't help him, no one will. Exactly. I understand why the brothers and sisters cannot act against the abbot, but I must do something. Why does that shit-for-brains abbot care about the death of a useless fart like Lorenz Rothvogel anyway? Powerful people get upset when other powerful people get murdered. Oh no, the Abbey. Who give a damn about those hypocritical assholes? In any case, Andreas' ability to prevent Piero's death depends on the judgment of the Archdeacon. Wise or foolish, corrupt or just, the Archdeacon will be the first and possibly final arbiter of Piero's guilt. Andreas must win the Archdeacon to his side using the tools favored by men such as him. Reason. When's the last time you met a man who was truly ruled by reason? Wisdom? Wisdom can be shared, but the audience may not comprehend it. Authority? Despite your talents, you are merely an artist who has been invested with power by the Prince Bishop. You have no authority with him. You must be honest at all times, Andreas, but many are not willing to accept the truth. and the cost of honesty can be high. If reason, wisdom, authority, and honesty cannot triumph, what am I left with? Hope. Lies? Truth. What's the difference between truth and honesty? Above all, faith and providence. Well, what do you plan to tell the Archdeacon, Andreas? There are other people in Kearsarge and Penzing who have motives to kill the Baron. The widow, Kemperin, despised Lorenz for maiming her late husband. Maiming how? The Baron beat him savagely following an argument about trespassing on the Kemper's farm. His injuries were so severe that they never truly healed, and he needed to walk again. Came to walk. He died less than a year ago. Till it is certain it's because of the wounds he received that day. Why did the two quarrel? My understanding is that it was simply an argument about the trespass that got out of hand. And now I suppose that she will lose her home. My apologies, his home. For what reason should an aged widow not live out her remaining days in peace? She should, but she won't. She didn't squeeze out any little Kemplers for old Ranning, so away the house goes. Yes, because the woman must fight to own property. We exist in the suffrage of men. Whether law is just or unjust is immaterial. The widow's motive is clear. The injustice of a law is not immaterial to those who suffer at the expense of it. A good man does not sit idly by while injustice flourishes around it. What the hell is a half-trained artist with half a university degree going to do against the might of the Holy Roman Empire, idiots? You have established a motive for the widow, Andreas, but there is another matter that requires inquiry. While women and men are equal in most natures, women are weaker in strength. How could a woman of Attila's age overpower a healthy man like the Baron? I wondered that myself. If you found anything that she could have used to kill the Baron? No, not yet. If you wish to convince the Archdeacon that an old woman killed the Baron, you will need more than just a motive. Are there any others you suspect? I have found no other suspects. You have brought a worthy mystery before this court, Andreas. I pray to God we have granted you the insight you need to face the coming challenge. I feel like I've done poorly, in all honesty. Well, we've still got a ways to go. This isn't over yet. Thank you, Your Majesty. I am prepared to meet the day. Before you go, Andreas, there is one more thing to consider. You will be summoned to the Archdeacon to tell him what you know, but you need not tell him everything. I think I understand. This is a place for a noble lie. This is not one of them. Why, the Baron is dead. All of the people with a motive to kill him suffered, either directly or indirectly, from his wickedness. Simply mentioning a name to the Archdeacon may endanger them, whether they had anything to do with the murder or not. Right, no point throwing everyone waist deep in the shithole. I protest any attempted deception, but you must ultimately follow your own conscience, Andreas. The game does it so far it does. Little time remains for you. You must stand before the Archdeacon. Use it wisely. I will do my best. We meet again, Andreas. God be with you. Also with you, Your Majesty. Is that like our dream? Is that like a dream or something? Kind of feels like it. Yep. Time to go back to work.
The next day.
Let's just get right into this thing. Where's my mouse disappearing to? What the heck is going on? Oh, she's gonna be at the spinners. My mouse keeps disappearing. What is going on? Something on my computer is stealing my mouse, and I don't know what it is. Alright, Alright, I gotta fix this. This is not good. Something on my computer is stealing my mouse. Let's close this. You see how my mouse, can you see my mouse cursor? Alright, that seemed to have fixed it. Oh no, no, when I hit a button, when I hit the, oh, I guess it's because I'm hitting the arrow keys. It's my fault. It's my fault. Apparently when you start using the keyboard, it like gets rid of your mouse cursor. Okay, and I was clicking around before. Okay, never mind. That's my fault. Alright. Let's go spinning, I guess. We'll do some spinning. Wait, when is it? When is it? Is it lunchtime or something? Okay. God be with you, Andreas. See if we can see the ghost again. But yeah, the rabbits look kind of weird too. Hey, it's Till again. What's this? It's a shrine. No, I don't want to know. Is he there? Well, I haven't been in the Covenant Garden yet. Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. Hey, look, it's flowers. Sister Gertrude is wise to have them in her shower, or in her garden, in her shower. God bless you, Andreas. God bless you, Mother Cecilia. Say, is there something I can help you with? I noticed that you took the sisters inside when I walked up with the Baron. What concern is that of yours? Given that the Baron was just murdered, it seems worth inquiring about the case. Why, do you not trust the abbot's judgment? It's not that, I just want to understand what happened. No, of course I don't. Brother Piero, he wouldn't hurt a mouse. If you go around telling all the brothers and sisters what you think, it will get back to the abbot. He'll keep you locked out of the abbey until the archdeacon's investigation is done. Then where will you be? Then help me? Help you what? Blame someone else for the murder? You know that Piero didn't murder the Baron. It had to have been someone else. I will not condemn someone else to death. In doing nothing, you are allowing Brother Piero to die. Is that any better? I am a simple nun. Why do you think I can help you? You know what happens at this abbey better than anyone else. Better than the abbot. The abbot sees only the brother's side. You need to watch the other sisters and know what's happening with the brothers. True. Alright. I did have a reason to be concerned about Brother Rothvogel's presence. The Baron caused irreparable harm to one of the sisters his last visit. The damage was severe enough that she had to leave us for some time. What kind of harm? Irreparable. That's why I removed the sisters from his presence as soon as I could. Is there any who may have wanted revenge? I cannot know what is in a person's heart, Andreas. Can I at least speak to the sister who was harmed? No, Andreas. I don't think that would be appropriate. Alright, this does not help me much if I don't know what happened or to whom. I understand this is less information than you likely wanted, but I do not think I can tell you any more in good conscience. Trust me when I say the victim of this incident could not have killed the Baron. I need more than that. Are there any records on her, on what happened? Yep, we keep records on all the sisters in the library. Not that it does you any good, you're not allowed. Could I ask Sister Illuminata to see them? She won't give them to you. Our records aren't available to outsiders to look through. Sister Illuminata told me there's a secret entrance into the library. Oh, and do you know where it is? Yes, the entrance is somewhere in the crypt. Why would you think that? The entrance to the library from the scriptorium is 123 feet from the church tower. That's ridiculous. You just made that up. Measure it yourself if you don't believe me. Anyway, why would that tell you where the entrance to the library is? The crypt does not run parallel to the church, but 10 degrees off, and the far end of the crypt is 135 feet from the entrance. This would put it directly underneath the library itself. Since no one ever sees Sister Illuminata or Zadina, I haven't clicked her yet. Enter or leaving, it is the only reasonable explanation. I suppose you think you're quite clever. You said it. Not at all. I'm just telling you what I know. Don't try it. You'll be caught, and you'd be lucky if the abbot only banished you from the abbey until Judgment Day. We'll see. Thank you for your help. May God bless you, Andreas Maler. Irreparable harm. I just got a new thing. I need to search the library. Okay. But she said that it's not possible that. Then again, we've been told that before in other games. You know. Alright, so it's hard to kind of believe that. So where's the crypt at? Crypt. There's a cemetery. Where is the crypt? I don't know. Is it... Maybe... Am I missing something? Oh, crypt, right there. Crypt. Okay. I see it. Am I even allowed in? Oh, I was allowed to come back tomorrow, and it happens to be tomorrow. Okay. Crypt. The foundations of the abbey were built when the Romans occupied this land, not long after the death of Christ. These tomb markers go back centuries, all the way to the founding of the abbey. Abbot Dietrich, from the height of Kursau's power in the 14th century, these days have long passed. It also makes a noise when you push it. You notice that? A lovely relief of the Virgin and Child. Same as hidden down here. That was it. Now what? That was easy. The sisters may be in the library now. I need to wait until calm line. Okay. Well, I found it. Yay for me. I'm the best. Regulus would hurt a mouse? Yes, he would. I firmly believe he would. He would do irreparable harm. For sure. Let's go up in the tower. What's in the tower? Ooh, a tower. There's nothing up here. There's bells. Is there any more I can investigate? Oh, go there. Could we have actually not done everything? I thought we had choices on what we needed to do, but it seems like maybe we couldn't have missed anything. I don't know. We haven't had lunch with everyone, that's true. Andreas, I was wondering when you turn up. The gaggle said you'd come watch them spin. Between you and me, Hetty's not about to let you go once she's got her claws. Once she's got you in her claws. So I hope you've got a few hours to hunker down and get comfortable. I'm happy to spare a few hours. Hetty will be glad to have you to hear it. She's got a fondness for you, heaven knows why. Now I can't let you inside among the unmarried girls, being unmarried yourself, but you're welcome to watch through one of the windows. I understand. We'll just say I understand. Why? What could possibly happen? Anyway, that idiot never did see trouble. He didn't want to jump in feet first. You don't think he's gone to Innsbruck? Bruck? Keep listening. Lord, no. Innsbruck got to be small time. Small time to the little shit now. I think he has something more exciting in mind. It's a big world. Perhaps he intends to explore it or escape. That nobleman was just murdered up at the Abbey. Martin picked an awfully convenient time to run off. Oh, Lord. Andreas is friends with the nobleman. Do you think Martin could have, What motivation could Martin have possibly had? Not our place to say. Martin has a nasty little habit. He's gotten better. Once a thief, always a thief, I say. I saw Martin running away from the Abbey the morning Lawrence was killed. Martin might be a thief, but I don't think he's a murderer. He's a coward at heart. You think it takes a brave man to commit murder? Not a brave man, but a bold one, and Martin is not that. He's your problem, Cat. What do you think? Could he have killed that man? Mom? This is a matter best left to the proper authorities, not a spinning bee. Imagine being tried by a gaggle of peasant women. That's unkind, Johann. It's the truth, isn't it? Doesn't matter if it hurts your feelings. Say nothing. Andreas, if you're going to stand around, how about I put you to work? If you're going to gossip with the girls, you might as well spin with them, too. Well, there's a thing right here. What are we doing? How does this work? Grab wool from the disc shaft and twist it tight, then spin the turning yarn into the spindle. Once there's enough yarn on the spindle, collect it at the bottom and begin again. Draft, twist, spin, repeat. You'll figure it out. I've got it. Do you know, I took Ursula to play with Gret's daughter the other day, and there's this strange man in the bakery. Was he polite to you? I can't believe Ulrich would stand for anything less. He was very reserved, dark-skinned, quite tall, and wearing a tunic. He liked the white rye bread, I remember. Who is this man? Why am I just now hearing about this? I believe he was staying at the Abbey. That must have been Brother Shabat. Yeah, it was. Oh wait, who's that? Oh, her. Brigida and I saw him walking. What are you doing? Saw him walking up there after visiting the shops. He seemed lost. Where is he from? Does he speak German? Christ, I hate being the last to know. Oh, here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Man, I'm good. Spin wool as fast as the ladies achievement. You know, I saw Dr. Jorg talking to the nun again, the young one. Dr. Jorg? Did I say Dr. Jorg? I think it said Big Jorg. Who can blame him? Damn it, Johann. She says she's trouble. I told him to stay away. She's very pretty, isn't she? In a mean way. Pretty, perhaps, but not all the same. He knows better. When has that ever stopped Big Jorg from doing anything? Not Dr. Jorg. He had plenty. We have plenty of pretty girls here in town. My Veronica's not half bad. Mom! Let's not give Andreas any ideas, eh? Oh. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Man, I'm so good. Brigida has been spending a lot of time at her mother's house lately. Agnes is glad to have her home, and Lucky's always treated her like a daughter, but I can tell that that they're concerned. Regina and Martin having trouble, Veronica. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. They feel like it in card at 95. That's one word for it. Regina does what she can, but nothing pleases Martin. She won't lift a finger for her or Wolf. Wolf is the baby, apparently. He's such an asshole. Well, it's not his business, is it? Women's work and all that. You ever seen him doing much men's work, Dad? Can't say I ever seen him do much work at all. Perhaps Lucky can talk some sense into Martin. He's always been a devoted husband and father. Lucky is the model of what a man should be, says Kat. Oh. Is everyone behaving themselves in here? Oh, it's you. Afternoon, Otto. Come to see anyone special? Hello, Otto. It's good to see you. It's hard laughing from... I heard laughing from the road and knew you all had to be up to no good in here. And look, there's Andreas. Have you been minding your manners? Old Johann here is a real stickler for propriety. I fear I've been yoked to the wheel of propriety my entire life. Hey, what was I thinking? You're probably going to take everything you hear to the abbot. If the abbot cares about the common people, think. If the abbot cares what the common people think, I could be here to flirt with the young women, you don't know. Let's say that. Oh, Lord. Too much time with those books, Andreas, and not enough time working. No wonder you're not married yet. We all know you work hard in the fields, Johann. No need to boast. He works hard in other places, too. Mom! I've been in town a few months, Andreas. Got any burning questions you've been meaning to ask? About Kershaw Abbey, Clara mentioned the abbot was suddenly started raising taxes. Raise them and change their terms, yes. Father Mathis was the abbot. He wouldn't let us pay he would let us pay a portion of taxes and crops. Naturally, this shit for brains abbot put an end to that this year. Even if our crops fail or produce less than we like, we still owe the abbot for the use of the land. Doesn't make any sense. How can he raise our taxes when the price of our grain does not rise too? Where does he think the money comes from? If he doesn't think about the common folk at all. He doesn't think about the common folk at all. If it's not his abbey, it's not his problem. What about the miller? Doesn't he have to doesn't he have some part to play with that? Linhart drives a hard bargain. He won't give us a better deal just because the abbot raises our taxes. What we need is access to more land. Trying to bargain with Linhart won't get us that. Linhart is not a kind man, and he does not negotiate. He might if you carry a lot of debt, but his bargains are cruel. We pay him even before the abbot, though. I'm not sure why. Good. I have nothing Christian to say about Linhart Mueller, so I say nothing at all, except that I hope he falls into a fast-moving river during the flood and dashes his brains on the rocks. Jesus Christ, Hetty. Can we talk about something else? Come on, Andreas. Surely you've got better questions than that. Okay. I found a grave in the forest that read 2 innocents. Who's buried there? Oh, that's a very sad story. Polly No Hands, thanks for the 700 bitty bits. That's so kind of you. Now you get, for the 700 bits, you get to hear a sad story, apparently. And apparently it's one that's not entirely appropriate to discuss, even here. Don't just tell him, he knows enough. He should know the truth about his friend, the Baron, anyway. Yes, I'd like to know. Gravy of the Lucky and Agnes's first daughter, and their unborn child. She took her own life? It's not quite that simple. She had an affair with the Baron and fell pregnant. The man promised her the moon and the stars. When her pregnancy was discovered, the Baron abandoned her. The heartless bastard. It's her fault, isn't it? She should have known better. What's wrong with you? Veronica! Girls, you're causing a scene. Pete asked her daughter for help with restoring her cycle. She refused. Agnes and Lucky told her that they would find someone for her to marry, that everything would be all right. We don't know if Pete was scared or what. Bait? I don't know. Well, she took matters into her own hands. It ended with her death. It's quite easy to miscalculate the dose of an abortive. An error can be fatal. An abor what? Medicine, Dad. Agnes's medicine, if you say so. I saw Lucky praying beside her grave. Lucky and Agnes both took it bad. Agnes blamed herself. Lucky blamed the Baron. It's not hard to understand why. She was just a girl. The Baron took advantage of her. That would explain why Lucky and Lawrence argued when Lawrence returned. Sure. I could see the wheels turning in your head. Andreas, you should leave well enough alone. Agreed. I don't like where this conversation is going. I don't know about you girls, but I'm sick of this wool. I'm sure we've got other chores to do, right? To get to. I think we're done. I'm glad to have that over with. Now I don't have to think about the wool for a whole year. Oh, I was having such a nice time. I certainly learned a lot. Care for an escort home, Eva? I'd like that, yes. I expect everyone will be on their best behavior going home. They always are. Johann, please. Andreas, will I see you home for supper? I have something to take care of before, but I'll try to make it. This was very illuminating. Thank you all for letting me join you. Thanks for coming by, Andreas. Come back anytime. Unless you come on Abbey business. Don't threaten him with a good time, Johann. Oh, it's time to eat. Wait, when did wait, I'm confused. I'm confused. When am I supposed to go to the library? Can I go there now? And just skip eating? Or not? I mean, I can try. Right? Look at that pig! Look at that pig! That pig looks so weird. I'm gonna try. So we saw what looked like a ghost coming over here. They're probably the person who killed the Baron. That would be my guess. I don't know when it was. I don't know. It gave me a term, not a time. And Oh, maybe I can look that up in the glossary. Actually. Or not. Or maybe not. Oh wait, it was C. It was a C word. It was here. It was 8. Okay. It was 8. It was 8. It was 8. You are correct. You are correct. Okay, where can I eat? Oh, I can eat here. I can eat at the church. Maybe I can get some hot goss at the church. What do you think? I don't know. I feel like maybe I should get some hot goss at the church. I don't know. I'm already here. Let's just do it. Where are we going? Right here? Yes. Yep, that's me. Oh, this food looks kind of bad. Can we get some food? Just saying God bless you. Oh, here we go. No. Where can I eat? It says there's food here. It says right here, food. See? Food. So how do I eat? I have to talk to Guy. No? Maybe I have to go into the kitchen and get some food. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Can't let you down there. Argonaut doesn't want anyone talking to Brother Piero before the Archdeacon arrives. What am I going to do? Elope with them? I know. Just a few minutes? I really shouldn't. I need to talk to him. I'm sorry, I can't. Even if it meant the abbot might learn your secret, I'm not gonna do that to him. No, you're right. I'll leave it alone. We know he didn't do it. How do I can't eat here. It says there's a meal here, but I can't eat here. Very weird. Rudiger. Hey, Rudiger. Okay. I don't understand. Maybe I have to talk to somebody in the hallway or something. There's somebody in the hallway I need to talk to? Oh, probably him. Sorry what happened. You know, I do not know him well, but I find it hard to believe that he could have killed the Baron. Do you have any idea who might have done it? Did you see anything? Sadly, no. Most mornings I spend my time reading in the courtyard, but the rain made it impossible. And although the brothers are friendly, I do not know them well enough to speculate. I am sorry. If it would help keep your spirits up, I would like to offer to eat with you. Well, you and some of the townsfolk. I have become acquainted with the Albin family, but do not feel comfortable making this offer myself. If you could approach them on my behalf, I would appreciate it. The gospel says the man cannot live on bread alone, but from time to time, a little bread is required. Of course, I will talk to Gret and see who she wants to come along. Where should we meet you? At the shrine. I'll see you there. Until then, are we just gonna do it? Oh my, Andreas. Yes. Are these all the mothers? Tossing and their children? Well, no, I don't think it's all of them. Helena couldn't make it. It's a long walk up here in her condition. And Hetty and Hans was too big for stories. Stories? I may have said something about your books. I like stories. Yes, maybe a little too much. Ha! Alright, I can tell a story, but first, let's just pray together and eat. Whoa, it's a different prayer. Thank you for bringing us together. You brought Jesus to his disciples on the road. Blah, blah, blah. With breaking the bread between us, let us recognize each of the Christ and rejoice in salvation with you. Amen. They're all like, free food. Psh, heck yeah. And I thank you and your husband for this bread. Oh, well, I guess. My Ulrich always says that bread brings people together. And he does not look friendly. Brr. I missed this when I was in Florence. It's like food to eat. Rye bread, sheep milk cheese, or almond. Man, we've had this food before. We'll eat some cheese. What do you think? They don't have bread in Florence? Wow. Where's Florence? South over the mountains. Last week, the blonde lady at our house with the pretty clothes, she was from Florence. Oh. Father Gernot eats a white bread, does he not? Yes, the finest wheat is used for the abbot's bread. Why? The abbot is a very important man, Paul. We have a bread in my home that we call injera. We make it in thin, round, and wide. We make it thin, round, and wide, and we put our food on top of it. We eat it with almost every meal. As you love the bread of your home, so I miss mine. Okay, let's eat bread. We're talking about let's eat bread. Oh, what's the recipe? Maybe we can make it. Thank you, but no. We use a fine grain that does not grow here, called turf. Surely someday you'll go home and have your fill. I hope you find your local bread satisfying. I will say that. I do enjoy it, perhaps too much. I am becoming too accustomed to life in Rome, even life in these mountains. In truth, I can no longer remember the taste of injera, not even the feeling of it in my mouth. It is the great danger that comes with the blessing of travel, living a life between worlds. Almonds. Almonds. I don't want to talk about bread anymore. It's so boring. Quiet, Bort. Bert. Don't be rude, Bert. Bort. Bert. I did say I would tell a story, children. Have you ever read a Bible? Father Tom. Yes, Father Thomas has one. It's huge. My dad has one. It was printed in Bamberg. Very good. This is a Bible from my home that I brought to give to the abbot. Andreas, do you have a favorite story to illustrate from the Bible? I don't know. This one sounds interesting. It is a powerful image.
No, my son is also named
as we
Bort.
struggle to comprehend the divine. Our struggles are not as spectacular as Jacob's, but just as difficult and may leave as transformed as he was. Now then, children, do you know the story of Jesus feeding the multitudes? What? I thought you were going to tell that story. Fish and loaves. My mom and dad make loaves. This is from our Bible, how we tell the story of how Jesus fed thousands from only a few fish and a few loaves of bread. Why is everyone brown? Because where I am from, everyone looks like me. Why? Because we are all as God has made us. I know Tassin seems big to you, but the world is so much bigger than we can imagine. There are many people of many different colors all over the world. There are places where no one looks like you or me. Really? It's true. In Venice, I saw people come from across the Mediterranean Sea. Not just like Brother Shabbat, but people of different places and cultures, even farther away. You never saw this scene at all? Well, you probably never ate lunch here. See? Persians, Moors, Ottomans, each with their own... You're not supposed to be up there, Regulus. You are not supposed to be up there. You can't be trusted. Persian, Moors, Ottomans, even with their own way of speaking and dressing, their own customs. Brother Shabbat, do you know the Baron who was murdered? Well, that changes things. Bert. It came up when I was visiting the Druckers. I think he's old enough to understand death. I don't think I'm old enough to understand it myself. I did know him, Bort. But do you know the story of Lazarus? No. He knows food. Regulus knows food is being discussed. He was afraid of Jesus. He became sick and he died. Hat. But Jesus brought his followers to Lazarus' tomb. He prayed to God, and then they reopened the tomb. Lazarus emerged, returned from the dead. Jesus can bring people back from the dead? He can, Bort. One day, Jesus will bring us all back from the dead. Everyone who has ever lived and died will come together and be resurrected on Judgment Day. Hey! Even the Romans? Yes, the Romans too. She yoinked my hat. Did you see that? I got my hat yoinked. Why do you ask about the Romans? I saw one come out of their tomb, like Lazarus. What do you mean, Paul? Well, the ruins below the mill, they're Roman, and they all died a long time ago. But I saw one come out the other night. They were in white, like Lazarus. Let's stop telling stories, Paul, and you shouldn't have been outside at night. Andreas, what does he mean? It must have been something else. That's the only text. I think I may have seen something similar the other evening. What? Really? Where? The same place, by the Roman ruins. Maybe Paul did see a spirit of some kind. Huh? It's a very dire omen, if that's what he saw. I will pray on this. Apologies for that, ladies, but thank you for sharing a meal with me today. I will be leaving for Rome soon, but I am glad to have spent some time with you and your children. Thank you, Brother Shabbat. It is wonderful. It was wonderful. Don't forget to stop by the bakery before you go. I'm sure my husband will want to see you before you go. I will. God grant you all health. Dang. I need to go to the chapter house to meet with the Archdeacon. Uh-oh. It's time. Reliquary containing the hand of the saint. The hand of the saint. There's a hand in there. So where do I need to go? There's the map. Chapter house. Okay. I have no idea who did it. Master Maler, it is me, sister. You think Brother Piero really murdered the... No, of course not. Did you? I don't think what... I don't know what to think. Father Abbot says that the devil sometimes enters men and makes them do terrible things. I don't think the devil entered Brother Piero. Do you think the devil could appear here in Curacao? No, I think people see the devil where they want to see him. But I didn't see the devil, and I think I smelled his odor. The night before the Baron was killed, I woke before matins, and I smelled something in our dormitory. It was strange. Moss and sulfur mixed with frankincense and roses. It moved through the room. I wanted to scream, but I was too frightened, and then it was gone. I'm ashamed that I didn't cry out, but I didn't know what to do. I don't know that I would have done any better, sister. Did any of the other sisters smell it? I don't know, but I think they were all asleep. Thank you, Thank you, Sister Marguerite. Marguerite. God bless you, Master Maler. I can say words. I'm capable. Let's talk to everybody. Why is everybody here? What the heck? Is this like the trial of the century? Is that what this is? The trial of the century? Where are we going? I think it is. Who's this guy? Can't even talk to him. Oh, here we go. Please state your name for our records. Andreas Maler, artist, recently of Venice. Really? What brought you all the way to Upper Bavaria? I heard the Abbey had some wonderful books. When I learned they had need of an artist, I decided to stay a while. Very well, thank you. Arnold, please write that down. I think we're ready to begin. Of course, Your Reverence. Now then, Master Maler, what is your relations with Lorenz, the Baron of Rothvogel? I only knew him for a day, but we were on friendly terms. Do you feel you had a sense of him as a person? No, Your Reverence. This is unfortunate, but I'd like to try to characterize this man for me. Confident, overbearing, used to getting what he wants. I'll just say that. Do you think someone would kill him for that? Someone, perhaps. I will need more than perhaps. Someone had to have a reason, if not that, something else. Otherwise, it makes my presence here somewhat difficult to explain. Baron Rothvogel was murdered here, in this very room. Someone did it. Brother Gernot believes it was one of his monks, Brother Piero. I have met with Brother Piero and questioned him at length. Well, it seems unlikely that a man of his age and temperance could murder the Baron. He was discovered with the murder weapon. He wasn't, though. The Baron was already dead. Stop talking. If you wish to advocate on behalf of Brother Piero, I suggest shutting your mouth until I ask you a question. Piero had reasons to resent the Baron, the loss of his work, the insistence on discussing the writing of the troublemaker from Wittenberg. As for his age and infirmity, I myself have read of many cases in which a man of modest strength succumbs to the temptations of the devil. Once seized by a devilish fever, the poor sinner gains an infernal power that allows him to inflict grievous wounds, sometimes fatal. What I am saying is that in spite of the curious circumstances, Brother Piero is the most plausible perpetrator of this vile act. I understand that you are on friendly terms with Brother Piero. You also interacted with the Baron both in town and the Abbey. Did you witness anything that suggests someone someone else could have murdered Baron Rothvogel? Oh, man. I mean, all of these are true. All of these are true. I mean, I'm not being asking if they did. I'm being asked if they could. You know? Like, we know Lucky had a grudge. I don't think he did it. We know the widow had a grudge. I don't think she did it. Martin probably didn't do it, but I don't know. The Abbey's prior was behaving suspiciously. That is true. All right, I'm gonna say Martin. And maybe we'll just be able to put, like, why can't we just say all of these? I have 4 possible suspects: the Lucky, the widow, this person, and this person. I have 4 people that potentially could have done it. Why do I have to name one anyway? Yes, his name has come up in my inquiries. My understanding is that he absconded with some of the Baron's valuables. Arnold? Yes, Your Reverence. A silver ring, a gold ring, 12 golden, 10 groschen, and a book intended as a gift for the Abbey. Thank you. It is my understanding that this boy was known as a thief, but also as a coward, and that the thief was from the Abbey's guest house after the Baron had already left. Even so, it is still possible that he could have committed the murder, Your Reverence. Yes, it is possible, but very unlikely in my judgment. I'm not treating him as a serious suspect for the Baron's murder at this time. Who else have you? Oh, we get to say everybody. We'll just go down the list, I guess. Who is Lucky? I don't believe his name has come up during questioning. The town's stonemason. Alright, what is the connection between the town's stonemason and a nobleman from Worms? We'll just go with this one. I and at least 3 farmers in the village saw Lucky arguing with the Baron when he came into town. About what? Did the stonemason believe that the Baron had murdered this young woman? No, she was a suicide, but Lucky held the Baron responsible. This is quite hard to follow, Master Maler. What does this have to do with the Baron and the stonemason? On his last visit several years ago, the Baron charmed Lucky's daughter, but left her behind. After some time after the Baron left, he realized she was with child. The stonemason and his wife did their best, but she did not want to keep the child. She attempted to stop the pregnancy by way of her mother's medicine. Mother's medicine? Agnes is a town midwife. I see. In the end, the medicine claimed her life, and her unborn child with it, I presume. The stonemason, Lucky, has held a grudge this whole time. They argued about something, I know that. I witnessed it the morning the Baron arrived. And how do you propose that this stonemason killed the Baron? As a stonemason, Lucky would have access to any number of tools that he could use to bludgeon the Baron. Have you found such a tool? No, but that does not mean it does not exist, and as they are Lucky's tools, only he would know if one was missing. A fair point, but the fact remains that it has yet to be found. True, in any case, this is the extent of my knowledge about Lucky, Your Reverence. Is there anyone else you can think who wanted to harm the Baron? Alright, we'll just keep going. What cause does she have? The Baron was responsible for the deaths of her husband. Responsible how? Years ago, when the Baron visited Tassing, he quarreled with Ranning Kemper. The two came to blows. According to the widow, the Baron beat Ranning so severely that he never fully healed from the injuries. He died not long ago, and their home is in legal jeopardy. The widow held the Baron responsible for all of this. And how do you propose this woman killed the Baron? He was not in the prime of his life, but certainly a robust man by all accounts. Even a healthy man can be killed by a blow to the back of the head. Yes, but with what? Honestly, I don't know. No murder weapon was found in the chapter house, nor was anyone discovered with a weapon the widow could have used. That complicates the matter. Do you know anything else about the widow? She is a good woman, but she has been made hard by what happened to her husband. She didn't really seem to care if people suspect her of murder. Interesting. Thank you, Master Maler. Do you have knowledge of anyone else? Yes, I do. The Abbey's prior, Fenric, was behaving suspiciously the day the Baron arrived. He may have motive. That is an extraordinary claim, Andreas. The Abbot speaks highly of the prior, and he oversees both your and your brother Piero's work, does he not? Yes, but his role on the scriptorium has little bearing on his motive. An extraordinary claim requires extraordinary evidence for me to take it seriously. Why would I take the word of an artist over a respected officer of this abbey? I can provide evidence of the prior Ferric's movement. Please do so. On the day that the Baron arrived, I secretly observed him in the scriptorium. Was this an intentional, covert observation? No, I was working alone and had dropped something on the floor. The prior did not know I was there. Very well, continue. He wrote a note, a cipher, in a book. It was associated with a volvel that was used to encode something in it. Yes, and what had he encoded? I am not certain, but it is very suspicious. Master Maler, could you please confine your remarks for information that leads somewhere useful? Now, do you have any other evidence against the prior? No, Your Reverence. Very well. Who else have you wanted? Who else may have wanted to see the Baron dead? I can think of no one else who would have wanted to cause harm to the Baron, Your Reverence. Very well. Are you aware of anything else that might shed some light on this case? Has Brother Florian told you about the note he found in the Baron's clothing? Yes, Brother Florian explained that he came to find it and told me of its contents. Master Edeljager has entered his testimony in our register. Your description of what transpired between the Baron explains the meaning. You don't think the stonesman wrote it, do you? No. Whoever wrote the note was a talented scribe. I understand Cursow has two, the elderly brother Adok and the younger brother Guy. We haven't ever heard of Guy. That's Guy. Okay. To be frank, your reverence, neither man has the skill to write it in this way. There's something else about it, too. The style is just different. It's unlike Idoc and Guy's writing, unlike mine. Something about the way the first and second strokes meet the A and G. Yes, well, whatever the peculiars, it seems it will remain a mystery that stands apart from the commission of the murder. Unfortunately, there is more to tell. I found more notes. Notes written in the same hand on the same type of parchment to those who had motive to kill the Baron. This is deeply troubling, but again, beyond the bounds of my investigation. In any case, I thank you for bringing it to my attention. Of course, Your Reverence. Thank you again for your time, Master Maler. Would it be impertinent for me to opine on who the killer is? Not at all. You are an educated man and have conducted yourself appropriately in this inquiry. I reserve final judgment, of course, but who do you believe killed the Baron? Oh, now I get to make a thing. Considering all the evidence... Man, I want to pick him. He's acting so sus. He was acting so sus, I'm picking him. Whatever. Others may have had motive, but Pryor had the most to lose. Noted. Your contributions to the Inquirer I appreciate. Thank you for your time and candor. You're quite welcome. I wanted to help in any way. Until later. Until then, Your Reverence. Okay! Andreas, I didn't think you were coming to this. I didn't think I was either. I suppose I wanted to see how this ends after all. I knew the widow was angry about Ranning's death, but I didn't think she would really kill that Baron. You missed a trial. The magistrate came in, read all the charges, and found her guilty. She's near the end of her life. I don't think she has anything left to live for. Well, now her immortal soul is in peril. Oh, here comes the procession. Alright. Interesting. Did I miss anything? No, you're fine. Andreas. Otto. Okay, they're saying things I can't read. What are you all looking at? Isn't this what you bastards always wanted? Well, now you'll be rid of me. God, you won't be missed. Undignified and irreverent. Silence! I order the executioner to carry out his duty. I warrant him peace and safe conduct, whatever may befall him. Well, get on with it. I'm gonna look away. My Lord Judge, have I executed well? Yeah, she's the one I got the firewood for. I didn't say I thought it was her. You have executed as judgment and law have required. For that I thank God and my master who has taught me such art. I suppose I have to thank you for that. What are you talking about? Well, you told the Archdeacon and old Ranning, didn't you? That old woman never would have let her place go. Now I'll be able to expand my farm. There may even be enough time left to plant some crops this year. Say nothing. Well, see you later, Andreas. You got somebody totally different killed? Okay. Well, that's the end of the act. Oh, there's Piero. I didn't get her killed. I just mentioned her. And they already knew about her anyway, didn't they? Andreas, has the time come for you to leave us? Yes, yes, I'm afraid so. This is a sad party, but inevitable. I had hoped you would stay a bit longer. But the world needs more than Curacao does. But the world needs you more than Curacao does. You've grown beyond this old abbey and become a master in your own right. I will miss you, my son. As will I. I didn't figure out what the cipher was. I'm kind of disappointed in that. I should have done that. I totally forgot. Who will you keep out of trouble when I'm gone? I pray that this is the last trouble I will see in my old age, and I have God and you to thank for getting me out of it. Come, your masterpiece is complete. May I see it one last time before you go? Please, I value your assessment. The opinion of one old monk matters little. All the same, I am excited to see it finished at last. It is a masterpiece, truly worthy of the word. Wow, it does look nice. Like, and it appears you took my advice to heart. What advice was that? You put yourself into the work, not just to interpret another artist's work, but to transform it into something true. It shows the world as it is, as you have seen it, even if it is not what you may want to see. Though it is not my place to say so, I'm proud of you, Andreas. What's this? A scrap of parchment. Do not return here. A warning? Whose hand is this? It doesn't look like Brother Idox or Brother Guy's. Brother Florin and I found a similar note in the Baron's clothing. I found more notes delivered to others while I was investigating. They must have been written by someone who knew the darkest secrets of the town and this abbey. They tugged at those secrets to kill the Baron, like someone pulling at threads that had been buried in the past. A frightening thought, but who would do such a thing? I wish I knew. Do not trouble yourself overtly about it. Your future lies outside of these walls. I hope that you will have time to visit me once or twice in the travels before the Lord takes me. I will come as often as I can. I would like that. God bless you, Andreas Maler. Thank you for your friendship. Until next time. Thank you for your guidance. We'll go with friendship. That's like the nicest thing to say, I think.